Hey everyone, it's Chris Loud. Lately I've been experimenting with a really simple daily art practice. It might be one of the easiest ways I've found to make art more consistently. All I've been doing is pulling a page out of an old book and spending anywhere from 1 to 10 minutes seeing what happens. Sometimes it's abstract, sometimes it's a color study, sometimes it's a composition experiment, and occasionally it's a cheeseburger. The nice thing is that because these are just old book pages, there's very little pressure attached to them. We're not trying to create masterpieces. We're not trying to make portfolio pieces. We're just showing up, making marks, and seeing where they lead. So in this video, I'll share 6 quick examples and talk a little bit about why I think this has become such a useful daily practice for me. And stick around until the end because I'll show you a collection of these daily warm-ups from the last couple of weeks. It's been really interesting to see how different they all are, even though they all started the same way with a single page from an old book. And before we get started, thank you to Steve and Kathleen, along with a few anonymous supporters, for the super thanks and coffee donations. I really appreciate your encouragement and your support. I know I'm probably going to get asked this, so the book I'm using is an old copy of The Good Companions by J.B. Priestley that I picked up at a charity shop. I grabbed this book because it was already in pretty rough shape. It definitely had seen better days, which made it a perfect candidate for a project like this. I'd actually never heard of this book before, so I looked it up, and it was actually a really popular novel when it came out back in 1929. And in a strange way, I think it's kind of fitting for this exercise because it's a story about people stepping away from routine and finding new possibilities. And that's sort of what these pages have become for me, because changing up our daily practice every once in a while can be really helpful. Even if we have a routine that works, doing something a little different keeps it fresh and can push us out of our comfort zone in a good way. And these book pages are much thinner than what I normally paint on, so they behave differently, which is actually kind of part of the fun. We have really to adjust a little and work with the surface instead of expecting it to act like regular mixed media paper. I tried this with my fountain pen, and I think the paper was just too thin to use that, so I had to go a different direction. One of the things I've liked most about working on these old book pages is that they already have something happening. There's text, there's some texture, there's history, and the page isn't blank. And I think that matters. Sometimes a blank sheet of paper can feel like an imitation. Other times it can feel a little intimidating and more like a challenge. But when there's already something there, it becomes easier to respond to it. The page almost gives us permission to start. And because these pages aren't precious, we're usually willing to take chances. If something works, great. If it doesn't, there's always another page. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about a daily art practice is that every session has to result in something finished, or good, or worth framing. Most of the time, these little pages are just experiments. Maybe we're testing a color combination, or we're trying a new tool. Maybe we're exploring a shape or a composition or some texture, or we're inspired to try painting a cheeseburger. I follow an artist named Brad Miller on TikTok who paints a lot of cheeseburgers with oil paint, and they are incredible. So that inspired me one day to give it a go. And all of those reasons count. The goal isn't creating a masterpiece every day. The goal is staying connected to that creative process. One of the surprising things about doing these pages regularly is how many ideas start showing up. Sometimes a color combination appears that I probably never think of intentionally, or a mark or texture shows up that I might want to explore further. Sometimes a page suggests an idea for an even larger painting. And because we're moving quickly and not worrying much about the outcomes, we're often more open to those discoveries. I think curiosity is doing most of the work here. Not skill, not planning, just curiosity. Another thing I've noticed is that after enough of these pages, patterns start to emerge. Certain colors keep showing up, and certain shapes and types of brush strokes, certain ways of organizing space. And I think that's one of the reasons daily practice can be so valuable. A lot of artists spend time searching for a style, but often style isn't something we find. It's something that slowly reveals itself through repetition. And the more pages we make, the more clues we leave ourselves. I think as artists, we sometimes underestimate the value of play. We can get very focused on improvement or productivity or making, finished work. But play is where a lot of the interesting stuff happens. It's where we experiment. It's where we fail safely. It's, it's where unexpected ideas tend to show up. And these old book pages have become a really easy way to make space for that. And there's value in quantity. This encourages quantity. When we know we're only spending a few minutes on a page, it becomes much easier to start. This particular piece I'm doing right now, I posted this, and I know several of you had commented that it reminded you of an owl, which when I looked at it, I thought of that. That definitely kind of came to mind. And so, the next few days, I just played with more pages and playing with owls. And I'll show you those at the end when I flip through some of these pieces. And a couple of those were done in a minute. I didn't have much time, so I grabbed some black paint and just did some very rough, quick owls. But it, that kind of inspired me to just play with that subject and that idea, and kind of leading to an almost cartoonish owl, which was really kind of fun to create. And the more pages we create, the more opportunities we give ourselves to learn something. Not every page is successful, and for that matter, not every page should be successful. We learn a lot from just making a mess and having nothing come out of what we're putting down on the page. But in our mind, it does trigger something. It makes us wonder, what was I thinking or not thinking? Why did this not work? And whether we spend a lot of time on that or not, we are picking up some kind of internal tips and thoughts about what we're doing. But every page teaches us something. And over time, those little lessons, they start to add up. These are also perfect for collage in two ways. One, just you can fix some paper and other items down to this surface. I do these with all three of these. I add just a little bit, not a whole lot. But those ones that don't work out, or ones that they just kind of look like a muddy background, those are perfect to rip up and use with collage. So don't throw them away. Let them stack up. The great thing too is they're small. They can fit very easily in a little box. So you have all this to work from. So at the end, I'll show all 6 pages, and I think the biggest takeaway for me is that a daily art practice doesn't need to be complicated. Sometimes I spend a lot of time taping off areas on a sketchbook, or thinking about what I'm going to paint. And it doesn't need to be that complicated. We don't need to spend that much time. Sometimes all we have is a few minutes. So it really is about grabbing a a sheet of paper and just doing something. I've done oil pastels and soft pastels and ink stamps on these. They're just a great little fun exercise item to really get you started. Now, I typically will do another warm up after this on a larger piece of paper, just to kind of continue loosening up and going a little further than just a few minutes. But these are a great way to get started. Very much like working on thumbnails or grid journals. It doesn't need expensive materials or a lot of time. Sometimes it can be as simple as pulling a page out of an old book and just making something. And it could be abstract or representational or somewhere in between. So here are these pieces. I thought, well, if you wanted to mat one, how would that look? I think it actually looks kind of cool. Now that's an old mat. I'd probably use a nicer mat. And I also tested varnishing these. And it actually worked really well. It actually kind of stiffened the paper a little bit. But I did have to press them after that varnish was dry. So to make sure they're nice and flat. Because the paper's so thin, they do warp and buckle a little bit. But they press very easily. So, the important thing is that we're showing up. We're staying curious, and we're continuing to explore. Here's some of those owls that I did in a minute just to make something. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more abstract painting technique demos like this, ideas for warm-ups and daily practices, feel free to subscribe. And as always, if you have any questions or thoughts, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Here are the final pieces to those I was showing demos for. So thanks for watching, and keep on painting.